All right, good morning, traders. Today is January 27th, 2025. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you for being here. I want to thank everybody in digital and cyberland. Thank you so much for finding value in my content. I love that. I love the kind words. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a part of the BYOB experience. All right. My SPY pivot this morning, 594.35. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. In case you don't know it, we gapped way down this morning, okay? Much further than I expected. All of the Fab 5, except for Diamond Dow, are in daily uptrends. QQQ made an outside day closing over a bullish trap. That's a higher high and a lower low, and closed over the 17 as well. SPY, FNGU, IWM, and Diamond Dow all made higher lows and higher highs, closing over their bullish traps over their 17 EMAs. SPY Friday, made a new all-time high. SPY closed with a 2-hour uptrend. No, a 2-hour downtrend. SPY closed with a 2-hour downtrend and a 10-minute uptrend. Gold and silver, both in daily uptrends, both made higher lows, higher highs, closing over bullish traps over their 17 EMAs. UNG, USO, both in daily uptrends, both made lower highs, lower lows, closing under bullish traps, but over their 17 EMAs. US dollar index, I think it's broken the uptrend as of this morning. All right, I see a big tail coming down. Anyways, we'll take a look at it in a minute. It's in an uptrend as of Friday, closed near the 107.45 area. All right, let's go take a look at some charts this morning because few of these indexes have fallen out of bed. All right, let's take that, get that out of the way. Okay, SPY pivot. All right, SPY pivot, 594.35. All right, if I got a 10-minute uptrend over that, I'm interested in being a bull over that. So I'm looking for a 10-minute uptrend over 594.35. And my expected target is right underneath this base here, which comes out to be 595.90, and then up to spike the all-time. Is that the low? Let me just change the color here. Got to change the color. All right. Okay. Up to the prior low anchored VWAP, which is 596.51. So spike it up into there. Now, if they get on top of this and consolidate, all right, that'll be interesting to hold some of those calls to go up a little higher, okay? So that's SPY. Let's take a look at it on the daily chart. Well, let's look at it on the 10-minute, okay? So on the 10-minute, we had a 10-minute uptrend. It's very difficult to see because of this huge gap down, but let's try a different chart. Just a second. Not that one. Not that one. No, not. Well, anyways, there's a 10-minute uptrend. There's a 10-minute uptrend going into the close on Friday. On the 2-hour chart, there is, it's hard to see it here, there's a 2-hour downtrend coming into the close on Friday. Wish I could show it to you, but it's there. Anyways, all right. Let's take a look at the daily chart. All right. And we'll head back to here. And we want that one. All right. On the daily chart, let's try the 2-hour here. All right. You can see it right here. 2-hour, we had a cross at the end of the day there on the 2-hour. Well, kind of was an uptrend, but it showed it as a downtrend on the other chart. All right, so 2-hour downtrend, 10-minute uptrend coming into the close on Friday. All right, daily chart. All right, for price action for Friday. Higher low, higher high, new all-time high on SPY on Friday. Higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap. See the 3 EMA up over the 8 EMA, okay? Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over flat 17 EMA there, okay? So big gap down this morning, all right? So there's Diamond Dow on the daily chart. Okay, on the 2-day, okay, we're still in an uptrend here. See that? Still in an uptrend, all right? Got a higher low, and we made a higher high. Okay, so still in an uptrend on the daily chart, 2-day. On the 3-day, same deal. Higher low, higher high. Okay, weekly chart, higher low, higher high. Okay, so everything else is still bullish, all right? Daily chart still bullish. 2 hour is not bullish, all right? So on the weekly there, take a look at the game plan, all right? So the game plan is right here, okay? So up over the pivot, which is 594.35. I'm a bull up to this breakup low, anchored VWAP, that higher low we had back there that dipped all the way down to about 575. Okay, so that's the anchored VWAP, and it winds up tacking out today at 596.51. Okay, so I'm a bull up to there. Unless, of course, we consolidate on top up here and hold that higher ground for, I don't know, 4 or 5 15-minute candles. All right, then I'd be interested, probably looking at, like to see 6 to 8. All right, 15-minute candles up there. Okay, and then I'd be interested in holding those calls for a long to go up higher, back up to 600. All right, so there's the SPY game plan. I'm a bull over 594.35. I'm a bear underneath it. For bears, my bearish entry, that would be red erases green. Currently, it was at 591. I could probably move it up if they hit this and start moving back down. Okay, so if they hit the low anchored VWAP and then start a downtrend that gets underneath this this pivot right here, I would be interested in probably taking a 10-minute downtrend underneath the pivot down to this area right here, 592.36. And if they happen to consolidate down there and hold it for 6 to 8 15-minute candles, I'd be looking to take it even lower, down to 590, probably even down to 580. All right, so there's the game plan for this morning. It's kind of confusing, but it's the big gap down that's kind of confusing because everything's coming way down. So we're looking at anchored VWAPs as being our center line pivot area. Okay, so up over those, want to be bullish. Underneath those, probably want to be bearish. All right, on the 10-minute chart. That's the SPY game plan. Let's hit the QQQ. Let's look at the daily chart first. We hit the daily chart here. You can see price action is an outside day. It's a higher high and a lower low. We closed over the bullish trap, which is also over the 17 EMA. Okay, you can see price action still in an uptrend because they made a higher high up here. All right, so still in an uptrend. They were really dangerously close to really taking out that high until this candle happened today. All right, let's take a look at the game plan. Pull it up on the 10-minute, okay? My pivot, you can see where those two anchored VWAP, the all-time high anchored VWAP and the low anchored VWAP kind of line up right here. So this is my pivot, and I'm looking at prior gaps in here. So price action looks like 519. Over 519, I want to be a bull. Underneath 519, I want to be a bear if I have a 10-minute downtrend. Okay, if they happen to break below 510.18, I want to be a bear underneath that. That's my bearish entry. We'll see. They're probably going to waffle this around pretty pretty violently in the morning time. So I'm just going to let them do their thing. Excuse me. And then after that, hopefully we can get a decent entry from there. Right now it's kind of hard because big gap down and things are still whiplashing around down here. All right, so there's QQQ. All right, let's take a look at IWM. Let's take a look at IWM on the daily chart. All right, here's IWM on the daily chart. Higher low, higher high. Okay, closed over the all-time high anchored VWAP up there, just barely over it. Closing over the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. You can see IWM gap down today. All right, early this morning. So still in an uptrend for IWM. Why? They took out this peak right here that happens to pop up over the 17. So they're still in an uptrend. Now, they take out this low, they negate the uptrend and convert the downtrend. All right, so we'll see what happens. All right, there's IWM. Let's take a look at FNGU. Higher low, higher high. They also came, look how dangerously close they came to taking out the all-time high. That's incredible. I mean, pennies, I think. Let's see what the high is. The high here is, I'm just curious, 594.59. What's the high here? 597.87. Not quite pennies, but a few bucks. All right, but when you're dealing with a $650 ETN, a few dollars is nothing. All right, so on the daily chart, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, so there's FNGU closing up in quadrant 4 still. All right, still bullish. All right, still in an uptrend, FNGU. All right, let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow still in a downtrend. All right, this is the pullback. I got a feeling they're probably going to set, this is the lower high. I got a feeling they'll probably make a higher low. And then maybe we'll see if they can J-hook off some support and come back up here and take out that lower high. We'll see what happens. Currently, they're in a downtrend still. All right, so still in a downtrend. But the price action, all right, you can see higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Okay, so there's Diamond Dow. Let's go take a look at our technicals for Friday. Remember, we're dealing with Friday right now. Okay, technicals for Friday. Spent the day in the overbought zone. All right, just chomping around, drinking the bear's wine. All right, so there's T21.22. Take a look at T21.23. Okay, you can see we bullied all day, almost, except for 2 candle bars right here. All right, green from the beginning of the day, almost to the end of the day. Got a few red candle bars right there. Again, the bulls gapped up. All right, that's a bullish environment. The bears couldn't fill it. All right, so there's T21.23 up over that prior all-time high right there. So you can see we went from the rubber band candle down here, okay, to a rubber band candle up here. All right, so we'll see. We'll probably get a retracement back to this. Hopefully, I'd like to see this consolidate on top of this prior all-time high. We'll see what happens. Right now, we're up over the hooking 200 SMA. That's a good sign. If we could just hold this higher ground, as in a reference point of this low, that would be a bull flag. From up here, not so much, but up here from this point would be a nice bull flag. And I'd like to see price action. Maybe the 200 comes up from behind it, gives it a catch or a push, and pushes it start backing up to prior all-time highs. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. So there's T21.23 on the 15-minute chart. Take a look at it on the the 3-bar chart. 3 more green candle bars. Again, price action kind of closing in on that 200 SMA up there, closing over that prior all-time high right there. FNGU. All right, FNGU should have had a good day yesterday. Not too bad. Started out with a rally, and then they found themselves underneath VWAP for the rest of the day. consolidating for the most part over prior consolidation, and then at the last part of the day, they started to create the right shoulder for a head and shoulders pattern. This being the head, that would be the right shoulder, and this would be the left shoulder. And then you can see we got the breakdown this morning here, kind of a harsh breakdown. Not really expected. I think that caught a lot of people off guard. All right, so there's FNGU. Let's take a look at a few sectors. All right, let's start off with precious metals, SLV. Both silver and gold are in uptrends. Yesterday's price action, Friday, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17, still in a daily uptrend. All right, so just kind of poking away here at resistance overhead. Okay, silver not looking as good as gold. Okay, we're underneath this 12-year high anchored VWAP and banging away at the midpoint here on silver on the daily chart. Okay, consolidating from a reference point of this low. It's in a bull flag, but all in all, we're underneath the midpoint, which makes it kind of neutral right here. Okay, let's take a look at gold. All right, gold yesterday. How come I get conflicting candles? Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I think I reported both of these as being in uptrends. That's 24th. All right, that's 27th. Okay, so I gotta fix my thing again. All right, let's go back to gold. Higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Gold dangerously close to making another new all-time high. See that up there? That's the all-time high. Gold dangerously close to making a new all-time high. Nice uptrend going on in gold. Let's take a look at USO and UNG. Both are in uptrends. Gold is in an uptrend. Silver is in an uptrend. Let's take a look at USO. All right, USO is in an uptrend, but not moving up currently. All right, so USO, Friday's price action, lower high, lower low, closing under bearish trap over the 17 EMA. Okay, under a bearish trap, but over the 17 EMA. UNG, lower high, lower low, closing under a bearish trap, but over the 17 EMA there on UNG. All right, let's take a look at SMH. All right, SMH making an outside day. It's a higher high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap over the 17 EMA, over the all-time high anchored VWAP up in quadrant 4. That's still bullish. All right, they got this candle here today. I don't know where it prints, but that's the pre-market. That's a downtrend right there. They were in an uptrend. Remember, it's just a label. They got the uptrend by taking out this high. Well, guess what? Taking out this low negates the uptrend, and now they're in a downtrend. So there's SMH. Let's take a look at XLK. Now, XLK put in a new all-time high on Friday. Kind of a harsh pullback, if you ask me. XLK, new all-time high. And it was an outside day. Higher low, higher high. Higher high, lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over the rising 17, over the flat 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP up in quadrant 4. Okay, XLK this morning really falling out of bed. All right, so there's XLK. Still in an uptrend. All right, if they take out this low, which they didn't, all right, SMH did, XLK did not. All right, let's take a look at XLI. All right, XLI still in a downtrend, just having a pullback in that downtrend. All right, so XLI, all right, Friday's price action, inside day, lower high, higher low, closing over the trap, over the 17 EMA, over the all-time high anchored VWAP, up in quadrant 4. It's in a daily downtrend, but managed to close again up in quadrant 4. So that's bullish up there. Remember, it's just a label. XLU, price action for XLU in a daily uptrend. Yesterday, Friday, outside day, a lot of outside days. Lower low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP there. Okay, XLU in an uptrend. Friday's price action had it closing in the upper third, almost in the upper quadrant there. Let's take a look at XLF. Financials are still in an uptrend. They didn't take out this low. Price action for financials for Friday looks like outside day. I'm just going to call it. Higher low, lower high, closing in over the bullish trap, over the 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Nice bull flag up there. It's pretty nice. That looks like it wants to go higher. Keep an eye on that one. XLF. XRT, retail sector. All right, retail sector is still in an uptrend. All right, just now starting to move up again. All right, a lot of negative, not of neutral price action here because they went up and they gave it up. Still over the uptrend line. That's good. Still over the midpoint. That's good. Still over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's good. But the anchored VWAP's like 2 years, 3 years old there. Okay, so that's a three-year high, all-time high anchored VWAP. It's not that impressive when it's way back there 3 years ago. But anyways, XRT kind of neutral. Consolidating over prior consolidation. That's bullish. Not by much though. All right. Starting a new uptrend right through here. We'll see what happens. They did not break this uptrend line, so XRT looking good. Let's take a look at XLE. All right, XLE still in a downtrend. All right, because they took out this low, and they'd have to take out this high to negate the downtrend. Okay, so looking like they had a 20-day pullback in their downtrend. It's likely that XLE puts in a lower high and a higher low and finds support and possibly takes out the high here. That's going to take probably 30 to 60 days. All right. We'll see what happens. There's XLE. Price action for Friday. All right. Lower high, lower low. Closing under bearish trap, but over the all-time high anchored VWAP and over the midpoint, but under the upper third and quadrant 4. All right, so there's XLE, still in a downtrend. All right, but up here on the bullish side of the midpoint. So something to take a note of. Hopefully they can find some support. Maybe right here, right around 88.71 would look good for XLE to find support. We'll see. All right, right now looking like 5-day, maybe 10-day pullback. We'll see what they want to do. There's XLE on the daily charts. Take a look at IYT. Last one here, transports. Price action for transports is outside day. It's a higher low, lower high, closing inside the bullish trap, over the rising 17 and over the all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, so IYT closing in the upper third, that's bullish. Closing over inside the bullish trap, that's bullish. Closing over the all-time high anchored VWAP, that's bullish. Everything's still looking bullish for IYT. All right, just not in an uptrend. No, they are in an uptrend because they took out this high. So in an uptrend and closing in the upper third. So looking good for transports. We'll see what today's candle prints. Right there, it's just a start. But the idea that they're not down here, you know, all the way down here at the midpoint, we'll see what happens. The day has just begun. All right, let's take a look at our economic package. All right, so on the dollar, all right, we have higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. We had an uptrend, okay, but what we got here is a break of this consolidation base right there. So you can see price action. All right, Friday we closed right about here, 108.16, And then Sunday, we closed right here, 107.46. That's below this low right here. Okay, see the pullback low, below this low. So dollar in a downtrend on the daily time frame, okay? You can see price action getting below there. So dollar having a little pullback, all right? That's good. That's good for the markets. They may bounce off of this pullback. We'll see what they want to do. They just hit the all-time high anchored VWAP, so maybe they bounce off of this all-time high anchored VWAP and find their way back up towards, SPY 610. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's U.S. dollar index. On the earnings report, let's start with Monday. All right, AT&T is going to report this morning, 161 billion. All right, the rest of them are familiar names, nothing that's going to really move the markets. Tuesday, no data available, not liking that. For Wednesday, got some big time market cap reporting Wednesday. $3 billion from Microsoft Wednesday evening. Meta, $1.8 trillion Wednesday evening. Okay. Tesla, $1.3 trillion Wednesday evening. ASML Holding, $288 billion reporting in the morning on Wednesday. T-Mobile, $253 billion reporting in the morning on Wednesday. ServiceNow, $231 billion. They're going to report in the evening with Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla. IBM, $207 billion. They're going to report in the evening along with tech. And then we've got Daenerys, $177 billion. They're going to report in the morning along with T-Mobile and ASML. Progressive, $139 billion. Not sure when they're going to report. They don't seem to be confirmed for Wednesday, even though they've got they're listed here on Wednesday. Automatic data processing, all right, $121 billion. They're going to report in the morning with T-Mobile and ASML. Let me hit page 2. All right, and then Land Research, $102 billion. They're going to report in the evening. And then there's Carl Icahn's business showing up again on Wednesday. Doesn't seem to be committed yet. All right, so that's Wednesday. All right, on Thursday, no data. Friday, we got 477 billion reporting on option expiration Friday at the end of the month. That's ExxonMobil. AbbVie, that's pharmaceuticals, $300 billion. They're going to report in the morning with Exxon. Chevron, $279 billion. They're going to report in the morning with Exxon. Novartis, more pharmaceuticals, $204 billion in the morning with Exxon and Chevron. Okay, and Eaton Corporation. All right, if you don't know what they make electric panels. All right, electric panels, electric breakers, a lot of electric equipment. All right, supply line electric stuff for Eaton Corporation. 145 billion right there. All right, so when homes are building, they're going to do really well. All right, because they'd be part of probably the home builder space right there. All right, let's check out Monday. Okay, Platinier's going to report in the evening, 179 billion. Mitsubishi, you usually have two. This one they have 144 billion. Not quite committed yet. Vertex Pharmaceuticals, $113 billion. not committed yet, and some familiar names like Rainier, you've heard of them, and Clorox, you've heard of them. Okay, they should be making a lot of profit. Bleach has gone up big time. All right, anyways, okay, some of those reporting in the afternoon hours on Monday, but not going to make a big difference right there. All right, let's hit the Max Payne. We'll hit Max Payne, then we'll get the economic calendar. Max Payne for today is 607. I don't know if we're going to visit 607, okay? This came down hard and fast. When it comes down hard and fast, it's capable of bouncing, all right? So we'll see what happens, all right? 607 is Max Payne for today. And we have about one put, less than one put for each call that's going to expire today. So we'll see what happens there. On the economic calendar this morning, Chicago Fed National Activity Index, 8:30. New home sales, 10 o'clock. Dallas Fed Manufacturing Survey, 10:30. And that's it right there for Monday. Light day today. On Tuesday, durable goods, 8:30 tomorrow morning. Kelly Schiller Home Price Index, 9 o'clock. FHFA Home Price Index, another index, 9 o'clock. Consumer Confidence at 10. And that's it for Tuesday. Wednesday is the main event. All right? Like Wednesday's going to be the main event, Wednesday evening. Well, Wednesday afternoon is going to be the main event also. All right, so Wednesday, we got MBA mortgage applications. We got international trade in goods at 8:30. We've got retail inventories at 8:30. Wholesale inventories at 8:30. A petroleum report at 10:30. FOMC announcement regarding rate hikes or rate dips. All right, at 2 p.m. on Wednesday, and we got a press conference at 2:30. All right, that means they're going to come out and kind of define why they did what they did at 2 o'clock. All right, we'll hit Thursday and Friday later in the week as we get closer. Do want to mention on Thursday we got GDP, gross domestic product. All right, that's all the goods and services that we sell out of the country. All right, when we sell them to foreign countries. So that's going to be important. GDP as well as FOMC at 2 o'clock on Wednesday evening. So GDP, that's when we sell goods and services to foreign countries, and they have to convert their currency to our currency in order to pay us. All right, so there you go with GDP. All right, I don't know how GDP is going to look, being since the dollar's been going up. All right, I don't know how the dollar's going up when we're printing more money. I don't know how that works. All right, some shady stuff going on. I don't know what's going on, but just want to say that I don't know how they did it. Okay. Anyways, all right. That's it. I'm going to take a break. Don't forget, the orientation video is posted in the alerts, all right? So a lot of good stuff at the end, a lot of slides. I'm not talking, but there's some good slides with information at the very end, all right? So I'll see you guys in about 40 minutes, and we'll kick off the day.